I was called into missions at a young age, and knew that I would end up going somewhere to help teach others about Jesus Christ. And the interesting part to me was the process that it took to get to the mission field, even after I knew I was God has equipped and made the ministry into what it is today.
I think, as for me, I was probably in my 20s when I took a class in a church out in California called the Perspectives class, and the Lord really moved on me that He wanted to send me to be a missionary. And I kept pushing it to the back burner, saying, well, I'll be a sender. I want to stay here and I'll send people. And then He told me it was time to come back to Illinois, and I met this man. He said, well, I'm going overseas. I'm going to be a missionary. And I said, well, that's good. I am too. And on one weekend when he was trying to get to Africa, and I was at a missions conference, the Lord confirmed my call to West Africa. And so here we are.
You go with the calling that you have, and you move forward the best way you know how. We felt like we were called into missions, and for years we moved forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
little bit by little bit.
And eventually, 14 years after call, I got to the field. Faith had malaria so many times in the every other month, Faith had malaria. And those things happen, and yes, at times you get irritated with God. That, you know, look, we're out here doing what you called us to do, and are we going to have to go home because we can't stay healthy enough to...
There were times when we thought that.
But the reality of it is, he allowed us to press on, and now we've been here 7 years, and we seem to be healthy, and things seem to be going well. But in the early days, no, it was up and it was down. But I think things went well. I think things are going well now.
I think so too. But I also think there's a misconception about, and it is uncomfortable and a big learning curve when you go away from your home country. But as far as when you really surrender to the Lord and you say yes to Him, there's going to be difficulties, and there's going to be a price to pay. And no matter what country you're in, when you say yes to the Lord, you can do with me what you want, then there's going to be some refining process. Whether it happens in America or Sierra Leone, he's been harder with some people in America than He has with us. He's given us great grace.